So hopping over to Kondo no Yashiro, there's something new over here. Which we'll get after raiding the vending machines, because I really do need the money right now. Not really a high yield, I'm afraid. That. Long ago there was one who lamented the destruction of the world. This individual sought to become its new ruler. At that time we lent our power to protect the region known as Bondo. If you two seek to become the next ruler, you will be wise to borrow the strength of Tokyo's guardian deities. If you vow to unite Tokyo, they will surely aid you in your endeavors. Will you ask the guardian deities for help? Sure. So I believe this is the Four King quest. You will. I suggest you start with the oldest of the guardian deities, Arahabaki. You'll likely find Arahabaki near the very village. He'll be by the waterfall. I wish you luck. No, that's just a sign. So yeah, I didn't think I'd have this many side quests left, but apparently they pull out all the stops at the end. Over here.
Oh, you want some? Well, do ya? Hey! Uh-huh.
And actually, before I find him, I do need to resupply this time. Right back here. So our recovery bill after those two fights is 3,000. Not too bad. I will swap Cleo back out for Nord. I wait for one who is worthy to appear. You are worthy, very well. I will test you. Show me your power. Will you fight Arahabaki? Yes. So I believe he'd ask you to wipe out the Four Kings, Bishamon 10, and so on that I already did. So let's see if he calls them. Ooh. Huh. Just out of curiosity, 62? Wow. He's gonna die really, really painfully here. He's weak to a lot of elements. There we go, followed what the other guy was weak to. Ouch. Suiki should resist either resist or null ice, which is why I'm not firing that one off. I forgot what what's his name? Kinki. Bleh. Zod should be safe. Yeah. You jerk. Just for that, I'm gonna cut ya. You are indeed worthy. You passed the test. Take this as proof. So we get the Lord's Sword, which is supposed to be a Masakado thing, I believe. Take that sword and journey across Tokyo. The 4 Heavenly Kings await. The rest is up to you. Farewell. Become the ruler of Bondo in the world. Where is it? Okay, they say go back. So yeah, the main thing about Arhabaki is don't physically hit him. He repels, so just pack elements and he goes down fairly easily. Okay, if it's not there, where is it? See, I didn't really intend this to be another Sidequest video, but that's what's very quickly becoming. You're that, right? I'm sure I heard a lot of rumors about you. I kind of thought you'd have more muscle. Me too. Me too. The demon is standing there. Suddenly, the Lord's Sword starts to give off light. What? Where am I? Look at the situation. It seems you are the one who awakened me. My thanks. I am Komokutan of the 4 Heavenly Kings. I am the guardian of the west of Tokyo. You carry the Lord's Sword. A long time ago, I forged a contract with someone and became a guardian of Tokyo. I brought clairvoyance to Tokyo and aided humanity in its endeavor to learn. The Lord's Sword you carry is the very same blade that he once held. If you seek to unite Tokyo as he did, then prove your might to me. I would expect from one deemed worthy to hold that sword. You face Komokutan of the 4 Heavenly Kings. So yeah, this is now a Sidequest video again. So I'm pretty sure we killed this guy already, but he's back. Don't you hate when they just don't stay dead? Blah. As long as he doesn't do Secunda, I don't really care. Although I should do Rakunda here. Found it. I think he dies next turn. And here's the finisher. Force Sutra. Power's all that matters. You possess power enough to defeat me. Well done, you are indeed worthy of carrying that sword. I, Komoku-ten, shall forge a new contract with you and swear to serve as the guardian of Tokyo. I shall grant clairvoyance into your new world. Keeper the West complete. Got large glory crystal, which I can't really use at this stage. Would have been helpful a little earlier.
Good.
As proof for our contract, I give you my essence. Isn't he, like, really low level? There he is. Yeah. Oh well. Okay, the second king is just a short walk from the ley line. Like, nothing to it. The demon is standing there. Suddenly the Lord Sword starts to give off light. What happened? You, was it you? Were you the one who awakened me? Then I must express my gratitude. I am Bishamonten of the Four Heavenly Kings. I am the guardian of the north of Tokyo. That blade, that is the Lord Sword. A long time ago I forged a contract with someone and became a guardian of Tokyo. I brought fortune to Tokyo and watched it as it flourished. That sword you carried, the Lord Sword, is the very same sword he once carried. If you seek to unite Tokyo as he once did, then prove your might to me. Well answered, as I would expect from one who is worthy of that sword. You face Bishamonten of the Four Heavenly Kings. So I should mention, after doing this quest, I imagine the coming dungeon is going to be a cakewalk. Like, I'm going to be 10 levels higher than most of the crap in there. It's like, I'm playing Pokemon. Yeah, he's only level 65. Get a fish for the crit. Got it. So that means out comes Luster Candy. Yes, buff yourself. So unlike Nocturne, where they had to use a skill to get flash turns, they just get the turns directly here, it looks like. Wow. Yeah, he's kinda dead. Goodbye. Fire Sutra. Well done, absolutely remarkable. My eyes did not deceive you when they saw you worthy of that sword. I, Bishamonten, shall forge a new contract with you and swear to serve as a guardian of Tokyo. I shall grant fortune unto your new world. So yes, he is supposed to be a god of luck from what I understand. As proof of our contract, I give you my essence. I shall grant fortune to your new world. So now I need to get to the next guy. Okay, for the next of the four kings, we have, I forgot what your name is. Suddenly the Lord's Sword gives off light. What have I been doing this whole time? Were you the one who awakened me? I suppose I should thank you. I am Choten of the Four Heavenly Kings. I am the guardian of the south of Tokyo. I see you carried the Lord's Sword. Now I understand. A long time ago I forged a contract with someone and became a guardian of Tokyo. Brought prosperity to Tokyo, watching over rivers filled with abundant harvests. That sword you carry, the Lord's Sword, is the very sword he carried back then. If you perhaps seek to unite Tokyo as he once did, then prove your might to me. So we're at the fairy forest, if you couldn't tell from the background. I tried to pan it so you could see. So you accept. You are certainly worthy of carrying that sword. Are you ready? You face Choten of the Four Heavenly Kings. I want to try Zan on him first, I think. Yeah, I was right. This guy's gonna die very painfully, I'm afraid. The whole 4-turn thing is a little annoying. Gonna drop a main diorama on the other way back. That'll be 3 turns, it's gonna fall short regardless. That's only 2. I was hoping he'd hit me so repelled, but yeah. No crit, but he should still die here. Electric Sutra. What do I get rid of for this? Probably Zandan, I'm thinking. Actually, I'm not going to use Titanimachia, I think. Well done, it seems you are indeed worthy of carrying that sword. I, Choten, shall forge a new contract with you and swear to serve as a guardian of Tokyo. I shall grant prosperity unto your new world. So Ragna finally leveled up. As proof of our contract, I shall give you my essence. Shall grant prosperity, yada yada, you know the drill. Okay, the final of the kings. The demon is standing there. Suddenly the Lord's Sword starts to give off light. What's this? Are you the one who awakened me? I am in your debt. I am Jikoku-ten of the Four Heavenly Kings. I am the guardian of the east of Tokyo. You carry the Lord's Sword. A long time ago I forged a contract with someone who became a guardian of Tokyo. I brought serenity to Tokyo and watched over the world of humanity. The Lord's Sword that you hold is the very blade that he once carried. Do you seek to unite Tokyo as he did? Then prove your might to me. A most splendid answer. I can see why you carry that sword.
天皇が一者自国天参る
You face Chikokuten and the Four Heavenly Kings. So yeah, like, their lines are all copy and paste one another. Try to remember what we haven't used. Seal, maybe? Aki? Yeah. This one's gonna be a little trickier than the previous one. No comment. I'm gonna try Bufu here. Damn it. Gonna toss this up. If he tries to be a wise guy, we also have that in place. Crap. Good news. He has to hit Scotty here. And she can't do anything. I might be able to kill him with a gem toss or something, but I'm not going to waste the item. Way too late on that one. Goodbye. Most impressive, you've answered my expectations. Indeed, you are worthy of carrying that sword. IG Kokuten shall forge a new contract with you and swear to serve as a guardian of Tokyo. I shall grant serenity into your new world. So we got a total of 400 glory from all that once we cash in those crystals. As proof for our contract, I'll give you my essence. Okay, well, I'm hoping it's the last side quest, but I'm not holding my breath. Maybe you could help. Yes, I think you could. I can tell you everything. Please stop Khonsu. Do you recall how he took the Winged Sun crest from you? He also took Horse's head, which should have been kept safe. I'm sure you already know. Khonsu intends to gain the power of the Sun God and become Ra. But his aim is not the throne, nor is he doing this for himself. He's doing this to save the life of a human named Miyazu Atsuta. What will you ask? What's special about her? As you may have guessed, the girl is Khonsu's soul, his other half. Her body has been so filled with Magatsuhi she's barely human anymore. If they join to become a Nahobino, she'll be absorbed by Khonsu. The individual known as Miyazu will be lost. For those who love Miyazu, it will be difficult for them to accept this. For that reason, Khonsu has given up on becoming a Nahobino and withdrawn from the fight from the throne. This is something that only I know, even among the other gods. What will you ask? Is her life in danger? When Khonsu found the bearer of his soul, he discovered that the young girl was afflicted with an incurable disease. I'm puzzled why he didn't simply wait for her soul to reincarnate. Instead, he extended her life by giving her some of his own Magatsugi. But even that has reached its limit. If she can't receive any more Magatsugi, all she can do is wait for death. Khonsu had been searching for a way to prevent such a cruel fate. What's wrong with saving her life? The answer he found was to grant her eternal life by transforming her into a god. But Khonsu was so focused on saving her life, he has not considered whether that would actually make her happy. At first I assisted Khonsu despite his perplexing obsession with the human. But after seeing the earnestness of the girl on his side, I began to understand what he saw in her. That's why I don't want an ending where she'll be unhappy. Now that you've heard everything, if you believe Khonsu should be stopped, I ask that you help me. Thank you. We should hurry to the fairy village. I'll go as well. So, if you remember, I told you guys the girl wasn't cured from the blood, whatever you want to call it. That was alluding to what's going on with Miyazu. So, hop over to the fairy village. I don't know if we actually have to fight here. I'm hoping we don't. But if we do, I am prepared. So yeah, it's a little hard to talk because if you can't tell from my voice, my nose is completely plugged. After this, I am taking a break from the game, probably for a couple days, just try to get better. I have to see what grinding I can do in Pokemon. There's probably some stuff I can do on the side. It's this way. Oh yeah, I also grabbed 9 bars just to see what happens. I'm not really seeing a difference between any of the companions. Like, nothing significant. There's, like, minor deviations, but that's about it. Hello? How do I get up there? So, he's not worth a lot of EXP, but he will drop grimoires. I should have paid attention to him a lot more than this. So, small detour. She's close to leveling. As is he. Actually, he's not too close, but Trumpeter is by far the furthest. Could give it to Cleo. Okay, it was only 2. Sometimes you get 3, which is why I wanted to make sure there was enough space. So we got Cleo's Essence. Pretty big windfall, all things considered. Okay. We need to go over here. Dang it.
A word.
We may be forced to fight Khonsu. Are you ready? 1 second. Okay, I just wanted to wipe my nose.
A word.
I now see that you've been giving me your power. Thank you, but that's enough. How can you say that, Miyazu? You're only 17 years old. Your life has only just begun. God has dealt you a cruel fate, one you must overcome. You can keep on living together with me. But I can't. I know you're...
Hail!
That. I'm grateful for all you've done for me. As a reward, I'll tell you my true intentions. I want you to hear them as well, Miyazu.
Yes.
Lately, I've been trying to ascertain a way for Miyazu to continue living as she is. The answer came quite simply. If Miyazu were to become a god like us, then she would no longer suffer. There is a condition, however. In order for a human to become a god, the faith of their followers must convert them into a divine being upon death. Naturally, there is no time for that. Knowing this, I found an alternative solution through the use of an ancient technique. The power of the sun god has made this a possibility. Miyazu, you shall become a god like me. This isn't what she wants. No, I understand quite clearly. Miyazu is just afraid of casting away her humanity. But as we have seen, humanity offers only an unreasonable fate. Any fate of his be damned. Once you become god, you'll be free from your fate and your humanity. Khonsu held up both the falcon head and the winged sun crest.
Behold!
This crest goes by another name, the Eye of Horus. Now I shall return it to its rightful owner. In the name of Ra Harakiti, I don't know how that's pronounced, Harakti, grant me the power of the Divine King. The head and crest combined to form the Falcon God Mask. At last I've become Ra. But my work has only just begun, and this time no one's going to stop me. So yeah, one shot from full health. He's level 82. There she is.
Your turn! Go!
Let's frolic, shall we? Oh crud, I left the trumpeter here. Oh well. That was not intentional, I should mention. Blah.
Take this!
Come on. Good. It's a shame he didn't do that first. Think I want to pick off Anubis. I am going to need a healer out here in a moment. Lakshmi for Scotty.
Let's go! Behold!
Okay, that I was not expecting.
Pass judgment!
He should die to splash damage. I don't know if he's going to bring them back. Seeing as he's supposed to be a god of light, I'm assuming fire and light are not good to use on him. Blah, he lived. Good. The Madian Rahan takes priority over the Luster Candy. So I don't know if it's going to be fire or light. Could be Almighty, in which case I just don't have an answer.
You ready?
Crap. Chakra pot to her. I want to do this to give everyone a little bit more survivability in case I guess wrong. It was Hama. It doesn't matter what I do here. So we'll get the extra turn here. He holds on just barely. If I threw a gem, I might have been able to do it.
I shall pass judgment.
Trumpeter, no!
Shadows of death.
I don't know what that path thing did. So we get some bulbs, quite a few level ups across the board. No, you don't. Khonsu. So I couldn't beat you after all. No matter. Thanks to this, I will have accomplished my goal. You ended up fighting Khonsu, didn't you? Well, I wouldn't worry. That was his intent. Thankfully, now we can truly stop him. As with all kings of the past, the pharaoh becomes a god by joining with the god of the sun. And the catalyst for this is the death of the previous king.
Ra's protection.
As the king, I, Khonsu Ra, command you. Grant Miyazu Atsa the divine power of the king and the title of Ra. Now, deal the final blow. Do so, and Miyazu's life will be saved. You mustn't let Khonsu die, god or otherwise. The girl will be forced to lead the life of a demon. Is that what you want? Do you not wish to save her from an unjust death? If you won't do it, then fine. I'll simply take matters in my own hands. What will you do? Before you can make a move, Miyazu spoke up. I'm fine with things the way they are, so please don't leave me, Khonsu. Please. You knew that I would have to die in order to pass on the power of the king. Yes, Isa told me all about it at the fairy village. Yes, I apologize for my meddling. But Khonsu, you must remember, what drew you to Miyazu in the first place? Wasn't it her earnestness in trying to make the most of her short life despite what limited time she had? Surely you haven't forgotten that. That's right. In the face of death, I might have realized it as well. I'm sorry, Khonsu, but thank you. I want to spend what time I have left with you at my side. And you will, Miyazu. We will make the most of your days here together. Then with that, we must treat everyone's injuries. I'll take Khonsu to Aru. We won't be long, Miyazu. It pains me to say this, but I owe you a great debt. If you ever have need of my power, then I ask that you call upon me through fusion. I will lend you my strength, if only just a little. I suppose we'll be off then. This is all thanks to your efforts. Truly, thank you. Succession to Ra complete. 2 glory crystals. And we finally hit level 78. So now we can fuse Khonsu and Khonsu Ra.
Hey!
Thank you for everything. And don't worry about my well-being or anything. I'm totally fine. That reminds me, I think I'm going to become a nurse. I know it's silly to think about since we don't even know what will happen once this is over, but at the very least I'm happy to have a goal to work towards. You. To be in love with a human sounds so romantic. Long ago, fairies and humans would fall in love with each other all the time. No, I'm not interested in you, Pixie. So, the healing bill, when it was all said and done. Wow. So, yeah, that was painful. What did I get? Is that at the top? I don't know. See, I don't have any of my original guys in the party at the moment. Off to the cathedral we go. So I am going to fuse someone on camera for you guys.
Welcome.
So, Cunts, that's Beelzebub. That's Khonsu Ra. This is normal Khonsu. Horus, maybe? Mithra. So yeah, that's a lot of work to get him. I don't know if it's going to really be worth it. And then if you want him, he's down here. Chernabog and Anubis. Not looking forward to doing those. But first we have to register crap. I want to do that all over again.
Are you registering?
Jeez, my nose is getting really bad right now. So I did make Odin, in case you didn't see. I'm not high enough level for him. I can make him. But the time has come for Wong Along to join the group. So I'm not sure what role I'm going to have him fill just yet. So I can give him the Ice Pleroma, but I only have Bufudine. Because I'm not going to keep Fierce Roar. I'm going to take the Almighty Pleroma. Do I have anyone else with Darkness? No. I have Zio, I have Bufu, so I can go either way with this one. I like Zio a little bit more than Bufu. So he's gonna hit level 80 immediately.
Is this demon to you?
I gotta get rid of Samurai Karm and Luster Candy here, I think. In case you're wondering why Luster, unless I give him Moon Boost, it's not gonna do anything, but I can give him the Fizz Block instead. Anyway, now that I have him, I can actually fuse Seth with Peace of Mind. Not really plan on using this guy, but I'm looking at what I want to pass on.
Is this demon to your liking?
I shall lend you my strength. Indeed.
So I'm getting rid of Makajama Own. You probably saw that coming. Megaton Press, what do you do? Low accuracy, screw it then. So yeah, I'm not seeing anything really exciting here. So this is probably a good time as I need to put a break in. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.